All right.
Okay. I do sound like one of those, or look like one of those. I feel like I'm John Arlott
You
doing
look like a cricket commentator.
commentary.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Exactly. I know Canadians will understand that reference. Yeah.
This is Jamie Drummond for Good Food Revolution. I am speaking live and direct to Mr. Trevor Gulliver of St. John in London. How are you today, sir?
Pretty good. It is unseasonably warm, and we've just had days and days of sunshine.
Yes, which
Sounds
doesn't
perverse.
bode well for the lockdown, really, but yes. So how has all of this nonsense been affecting you, Fergus and yourself and all of your staff at St. John?
Well, I have to say that Fergus succumbed, so it'd be disingenuous to say otherwise. So he was in St Thomas's Hospital. I spoke to him this morning again. He sounds pretty good.
Right.
He said he's lost weight, but I think that might be in the regime in an isolation ward in a hospital.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, and interesting enough, he was in there for a bit, and the more he was there, the more you worry. But then Boris Johnson crossed the bridge, went into the same hospital. Fergus left about 48 hours later. There's something in there somewhere.
Okay. Have you had confidence in the way your government has been mitigating and managing this current COVID pandemic?
It's an interesting one. We've just been through. We had most people will tell you, depending on your view, I guess, but our governments, our politicians haven't really shown themselves very well. Many have left. Many people have left government or governance. So with the whammy of Brexit, which is nothing to do with your view, political or otherwise, had a damaging effect on the economy. It
Right.
was met with a cycle of rates doubling in London, and we had what was then a perfect storm. And to get this is very difficult indeed. We had a perfectly good economy before the Brexit shambles, as I think it's called, in lieu of a band of a similar shambolic nature. So the Brexit shambles, in that sense, to the average Joe, whether they were happy about it because they saw a greater good in our independence, followed by this, is really seriously tough for, particularly for the real restaurants. You know, the independents, the people that butcher, the people who work with farmers directly, aren't part of a long food chain, or, if you will, being careful what I say, but processed food where there are craft skills, knowledge. Customers have to pay that little bit extra. You know, it's in fact we're relying basically on the good old-fashioned food chains. Supermarkets are open, the big food processing units and some of the retail food counters, chains, if you will, are still open. But one by one, a lot of the independents have closed, and of course some have gone bust already. So, because the banks look at you and go, you weren't in good shape now, and we can't see you being in a good shape the next month. So we have the final say whether we give you money or not.
You said you're keeping on a skeleton crew right now at the business has. You said you have 5 of you who are working and keeping the wheels on the wagon.
What you've got to do. We've been around a long time, and we have really good folk. You know, and a restaurant is about everyone that's been there. We're very lucky that people want to work for us. They stay a while, and we always help them when they go and work something. Yeah. Oh, don't do that. Go and do that. I'll make that phone call. And they're just talented, and they've grown up, and they're savvy, they're bright. They're not. They're never like Fergus and myself. Some would say that's a bad thing. Some people think, well, thank goodness for that. But so you do everything you can. You look at what is available. You make sure you understand the numbers. You do these things. You do that. You use the evidence. Take the evidence to take the. So basically, 5 is what we can get away with and still run a service, because we want the benefit of the furlough system.
Yes.
Because that's what it's there for. But make sure you understand it. So we're running with 5 because that's what we need. You couldn't justify someone like myself or our FD not being working, because that would be a dereliction of duty one might perform. But for everybody else, and we're delighted if they can do charity work, if they want to do other work. We want to show we understand the system, so we don't endanger any.
Yes.
We're very good with our banks. our figures are all submitted, and we're working for it. We haven't signed on the furlough. We're doing it today because we want to wait because there's a rush of people doing it.
Right.
Let's make sure we understand it. So we've been calmer and hopefully just waited another couple of days, not knee-jerk, not laid off staff. That said, it is important to note that every month adds, it is more difficult to open.
Of course. Yep.
So we might try and strike a deal for rent-free for 3 months, which is a lot of people are doing, and we thank them because everyone knows the real people realise that everyone's a part of the circle.
Yeah.
And that includes, oh God, don't we hate the banks? We love them. That was a joke. And that's landlords. Landlords have investors. Landlords have shareholders. Have staff. If they have no rent, they have no income. They've gone bust too.
Yeah.
So there has to be, and I've generally seen that. That it's not helped by certain people posturing. But if you do 3 months, and we're already end of April now, and it's our first big payday in furlough for everybody across the hospitality. Then there's May, and then there's June. No, are we going to be open in July? What's that? How do you social distance in a restaurant?
Yeah.
So the same issues that you have, we have. So all of a sudden that makes it 4 months, and that becomes dangerous.
Yes.
And I think so. You must do everything you can do now to secure that. What we've made sure is that everyone makes sure they get their full set. However we do it for this April, I think that's important. You behold, and then you keep communicating.
Yes.
And they have to have a bit like sometimes, to be frank, it's natural, but the lack of confidence we have in our leaders or leadership or its ability to cope, which is a general default, I guess. It is quite important that you have the trust of your folk, and you do that by what you do, not by telling you what you do, by not discussing things in social media, not saying, we sadly had to let go so-and-so people, and then 2 days later, the government changes the law. We go, well, that's a bit daft. So as long as we can, and I'm saying this because I think it's quite important that people hear this, just be calm. You're going to work busier if you're skeleton than you ever did.
Yes, yeah.
Because it's fundamentally important, and the summer will come, and our job is to get us there. So, and strangely enough, not baking bread is. I mean, Selfridges is an account of ours, and they just buy bread and they sell it on their counters. It's not a franchise. We don't do that stuff. You want our bread? This is what you do. You buy it from us, and we'll deliver it, and we do it twice a day. But you can't do that. Our bread's fresh. Oh yes, you did say that, Trevor, didn't you? If you take my point. So I'm still having the same arguments with people. It's not about your schedule, it's about our schedule of baking. So, but we haven't supplied Selfridges for some 5 weeks plus.
Right.
And then other restaurants, because that's who we work with a lot, and it's great fun to do that. The cost pastry and all the other things, because it's interesting for us, one by one. And what and then we try to do some, what about we did this? What about we did that? Then we had social distancing, we had this, we had that, and it became more and more. So here we are again. We talked earlier about the food chain. The big bakeries are in business.
Right. Yep.
And I know for well that bakery is providing that chain. That's the one that goes into that store. Well, that's fine. It's what big bakeries do. So maybe one should be thankful. But for artisan bakers, a few are managing to keep it together or do local deliveries. But for us, and given our location, it became quite difficult, which is very sad for us because we can bake too, along with what is a vibrant scene, same as how much it's changed in Canada too. So that's the sadness. But the wine thing, because it's funny, it's the things you do. Every seed planted today doesn't always. It can be in 5 years' time it comes out. But our wine, because we're always effectively after 20 odd years, 25 odd years, we've always bought directly. So of course we've always had to sell. So we've always had customers that come in and buy a bottle. Yeah. And then we had online sales, and we supply other restaurants going, Trevor, you're the only person that sells that in the UK. Yeah. Can I buy it? Yes, you can. Look, here's a brochure.
Right.
Would you like to? Said the more I sell it, more it makes Fabian or Denny or Charles, it makes them happy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
We're a shop window. We love each other. So, and in fact, it's kind of gratifying because it's a bit like they say route to market, but it's a way to see our customers. So
Of
they're
course.
all on lockdown in different parts of the country, and they're all buying bag-in-box. See, bag-in-box finally is articles about bag-in-box in the Spectator. I mean, it's been on our list, what, 6 or 7 years? The only Michelin restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, the bag and box technology has come such a long way from the way it was when my parents were buying it in the 80s and things like that. Like it's great for certain types of wine, for sure.
Exactly. So put good wine in is the clue.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah.
And just in case you thought I wouldn't be drinking, well, here it is. And it is a Magnum, and it is rosé, and the sun is shining. And here's to the summer that will come. Pip, pip.
Bye for now, my friend.
Bon plaisir. Be safe.
Please pass on our love to your compatriot, Fergus, and wish him all the best from us. Hopefully he gets a lot better very, very soon. And we'll catch up with you after all of this is over.
The summer will come.
Brilliant.
And I fully expect to be visiting your shores should I be allowed to get on a plane ever again.
I'll look forward to that, Trevor. Take care. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Be safe. Keep your distance.